Power 7 Podcast. What up? Good morning. It's your boy, the almighty Nicodemus, back in full effect again. And yes, I'm back for a second time in a row. I must be feeling really good. Good morning. I'm coming at you live another morning, another blessed morning. Like I said, whether you like what you're doing or whether you don't like what you're doing, when you wake up in the morning, always be proud that you got 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head to make anything happen for you and for your family. So, as we proceed, today's topic, there was a brother, and I don't remember this brother's name. He's a writer for the New York Times. He works for the New York Times, or whatever his title is. It's for the New York Times. He represents the New York Times. And he had a TikTok up where he asked the question, why do more men, and particularly black men, are starting to support Donald Trump? And so he pulls up a clip of CNN talking to black guys and a barbershop. And just a clip. I just see 2 brothers, and I know they're in a barbershop. They could have just edited it down to where it's just them 2. I'm pretty sure they're in a barbershop. They weren't just talking to one person. And this brother says, Trump people like men like Trump because they see him as aspirational, because of his ability to get away with stuff. And the guy comes back to the guy, and he's like, is that something we don't talk about? Is that something we don't talk about? The headline is like, men want the patriarch or some bullshit like that. Trump is aspirational for still wanting to have a patriarch or holding on to a patriarch or what have you. And my thing is, I can't speak for all men, all black men, or any white man. I can't even speak for that man. But I don't think it's the aspirational thing about Trump that's making black men, or men period, go for him. It's not him that's the aspirational thing. It's the lack of the Democrats doing anything. It's more of their bullshit than it is his bullshit. Because the Democrats, they support things like toxic masculinity and a lot of things that actually belittle men. And if you're a black man, you already know that Democrats for years, they like to come to our churches and commandeer us. They like to, go on radio talk shows talking about, I keeps my hot sauce. You know what I'm saying? They've been playing a saxophone on Arsenio Hall, but normally when it's come to us, black people, Democrats have usually just pretty much shit on us or haven't done anything for us. And black men are seeing that. Well, black women are still being loyal to the Democratic Party. But black men are like, no, we're not going to do that. And not only that, black men are also, a lot of black men are starting to be like, let me pay attention to the actual things that are on paper. Let me start paying attention to the legislation. Let me start paying attention to tax codes and things like that will benefit me and my family, instead of paying attention to the Democrat versus Republican WWF part smoke show that it is. Guys, black men in particular, are sick of the whole dog and pony show. And most of that stuff happened during Trump's presidency, because what you saw was Democrats more trying to get Trump and get him out of here. That was their whole sole purpose and what they were fighting for, instead of actually doing something for the people. And so when you got that type of shit going on, and you got, things that men are, some things that are just what men are, and you have that being belittled along with this dog and pony show, and all of these other priorities that aren't black people, you get a bunch of frustrated individuals. And what you end up going is really, you're like, let me see what's up with these Republicans. And then you start being like, you know what, Trump's kind of funny. Because what he's doing is like, yo, fuck these dudes. He's giving all of them a middle finger. And that's a male emotion anyway. You know, when you don't feel like speaking attack about what you're upset about, and you don't feel like breaking shit down like that, you know, the raw emotions, man, fuck you with that dumb shit. And that's something that Trump does in my aspect and in my eyes. I think that's the thing that people gravitate to him for. I believe that most men, and I believe that most black men would still be starting to go over to the Republican side, whether it was Trump or not. Because we're starting to see and realize, yo, we have to pay attention to what's going on in my county, what's going on in my city, my state, and my district. Not what's going on when these fools get on TV and they have people at rallies with stupid ass signs. I don't even know if those are real people or not, or they paid to be there. It's so fucking foolish. And black men are just sick of that. And I got a message to that brother from the New York Times. You work for the New York Times, bro, and you got the audacity to question or bring up some patriarch divisional type of shit. And you work somewhere where they just put out an article where they call the fade, a haircut we've been rocking since like the 40s, the fade, not a high and tight, but a fade. They had a nerve to put an article out and call it the Travis Kelce. You work for an establishment that pushes gentrification, and you wonder why black men are moving over to the Republican Party and supporting Trump, when you got shit like that from the side that you're supposed to go to, throwing bullshit in your face like that. You still rocking with Democrats, and ain't no difference. So why you want to ask the question why men going to the Republicans? Check it out. It's the Almighty Nicodemus Power 7 Podcast. Peace.